I'd heard of the Trolleyman's legendary reputation for the best bottled Red Hook beer anywhere and decided to see for myself.
Good afternoon. What can I get for you?
Well, I have one of your Red Hooks in a bottle.
Okay. I'm sorry, but we're out right now. I think we have some in the back. Let me go check.
Hey, did I mention that I drove all the way from Nashville?
Hey, Skip. I got a problem here. There's a guy up in the pub from Nashville. We're all out of Red Hook. Can you guys bottle some up quick?
You bet.
Great.
We'll get it going. Doug, Shane, Jim, we need some beer. Let's get it going.
I'd also heard they'd go to great lengths just to make a customer happy. Everything I'd heard was right.
We start with two-row malted barley. It comes from Vancouver, Washington. Most of it's grown in our state. We mill the grain, which is where we crack it open, forming something we call grist. Grist is augered across above ground into the mash tun, where we use hot water to activate the enzymes that convert the starches to fermentable sugars, and the fermentable sugars is our base. That's what we're after.
Well, I'm not too sure what he just said, but I do know that after the grain's been soaked, it's pumped into this truck, and you shouldn't try to drink it, but cows like it.
The wort, which is the liquid, is pumped into the third tank called the brew kettle, where we boil it for about an hour and a half and add the hops.
After the hops have bittered the beer, it gets pumped to the fermenters where yeast is added, that gooey white stuff there. This is where the brew gets its bubbles, so to speak.
When we're done with the active fermentation, we cool the tanks down, causing the yeast to settle to the bottom of the tanks. Then we run it over to our filters, where we filter two different ways, whether we're putting it in kegs or bottles.
That's when the real fun begins, the bottling line. It reminds you of the worst rush hour traffic jam you've ever seen. Except you've never seen cars turned upside down, washed, and filled with beer on the highway. Unless you come from LA, of course. Every minute, 125 bottles are labeled by this machine. I just thought you might want to keep track. Then it's on down the line again, into the final stretch, one step closer to my mouth.
Here you go. That's a good one.
Oh, that worked. Hope it was no trouble.